It's Great Day Houston. And now, here's your host, Deborah Duncan.
12 million Americans suffer from food allergies. Some are mild with symptoms of fatigue, a little cramping or rashes. Others are so severe they can actually kill you. From the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, please welcome Dr. Stephen Hotze and his patient, Lara Hamilton. Hi, Lara.
Thank you.
Dr. Hotze, our body is really good at talking to us if we listen, and there's a collective sign of symptoms that oftentimes can indicate that your body's under attack by the foods you're eating.
Well, this is right. You mentioned earlier in the program what Hippocrates said, and who's the father of medicine. He said, let food be your medicine and medicine your food. And in some individuals, the very foods they eat, they can become allergic to or are allergic to. And these are common foods like wheat, corn, egg, milk, yeast, soybean, and coconut oil, because they're in all the packaged foods. They're mixed in, so we have common contact with those foods.
Yeah, which is a big problem for a lot of people because it's kind of hidden. You have to really pay attention to those
labels. And these are hidden food allergies. And individuals that have an allergic predisposition, maybe they have recurrent sinus infections or asthma or skin rashes or headaches or migraines or intestinal problems, they may attribute to a host of other things, but it may be the very foods that they're eating that are causing the problem.
Yeah, and you say maybe attributed to a number of things, and what's the first thing that we do? We take different medicines to try to mask the symptoms or fight it.
Instead of getting at the underlying root cause of the problem.
Yeah. All right, Lara, what symptoms were you experiencing, and did you ever think that it was food allergies?
No, I did not think that it was food allergies. I was actually kind of skeptical about food allergies, but fatigue, severe fatigue after eating, it's something that I've had for years and years and years. And
yeah, and I'm going to stop you right there because, again, the body's talking to severe fatigue after eating. Because fatigue can be a number of different things.
Right.
But, okay.
Right. My husband teases me and says that I'm like a puppy because I need a nap after I eat.
Yeah.
Always.
Okay.
And then postnasal drip, which I thought was more of an airborne allergy until I was tested for foods and then found out otherwise.
Yeah, so again, kind of the body's way, Dr. Hotze, of trying to get stuff out of it.
Well, that's right. There are two kinds of allergies. When you think of airborne allergies, things you breathe in, weed, tree, grass, pollens, dust mite, mold, spore, and animal landers, and food allergies, and they combine together. And think of your body and your immune system as a bucket. Once that bucket, if you have allergic diathesis or predisposition, once that bucket overflows, then you have your symptoms. So in times when you have low pollen season, you may be able to eat a certain food and it doesn't cause you a problem. But in a high pollen season, your system's so overwhelmed that now the food, maybe the wheat or the bread or something,
your cup runneth over.
Yeah, your cup is running over and you're having your problems.
Yeah. Any other symptoms?
Those are the main ones for me. Itchy ears a little bit, but for the most part, the fatigue was the one that I really couldn't handle.
Tell her what food it was that was causing it.
It was eggs, which was the weirdest thing because I felt like I was eating clean and eating healthy and was active, but I was still exhausted. And the cleaner I ate, the worse it got because I do best on a high-protein diet, so I was eating so many eggs, probably at every meal, and now I know how wrong that is.
Yeah. But, all right. So, Dr. Hotze, when do you get tested for food allergies?
Well,
what would prompt you to do that?
If individuals come in and they're having symptoms that, and they can have a host of number of symptoms, but if they have had symptoms of airborne allergies, we're going to test them for food allergies as well. And the way we do that is very simple testing. We take small diabetic type needles and inject a slight amount of the food under the skin, maybe on the forearm or the upper arm, and we see if that provokes any symptoms. Now, we did that with you with egg, and what happened?
It's like someone gave me a sleeping pill.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it was even more obvious to people that were watching me because I started slumping down in my chair and trying to cover up with my jacket. You know, I got cold. I really wanted to take a nap right there in the chair, and it didn't even enter my mind that that wasn't appropriate. You know? I was so tired. That's all I cared about.
Sorry, checking out right now.
So what we had done is provoke symptoms. Then we were able to neutralize the symptoms and then had her remove egg from her diet for a period of time. And what did they do?
It's completely gone. Wow. I can eat eggs now, and I probably eat them once a week, and they don't make me sleepy.
Because your cup's not running over with them, yeah.
Right. But it's the repetitious eating. And let me say this is very common in kids. Kids with eczema, that's very commonly food allergy. It can be milk, it can be wheat or corn because that's commonly in their diets. And so when you have kids with eczema, clean up the diet. And the other thing, children with recurrent and chronic ear infections, half of them have a milk allergy.
Wow. Okay. And the other thing we're hearing a lot about is the correlation between diet and what has been diagnosed as ADHD that may not be ADHD at all.
I'm glad you brought that up, because there are many children that have food allergies. They're allergic to the foods that we mentioned, wheat, corn, egg, milk, yeast, or soybean, or to the dyes in the food. And this triggers brain allergy. The histamine that's released that causes us to have drainage if you have airborne allergies releases and hits the brain, and it's a neurostimulator, and it causes these kids to just go crazy. So food allergies can be the cause of ADHD, attention deficit disorder. So they don't need Ritalin or Concerta or a drug. They need to have their diet cleaned up, and tested and then cleaned up, and that can be a huge benefit to the child and to the parents and to the teacher.
So in most cases, when the key first is to know what's irritating you and remove it.
Right.
Are there other situations where it's kind of hard to remove certain things from that diet that you can help the body get used to?
Well, if you eliminate a food that you're allergic to, this is called a cyclical allergy. By the way, there's certain allergies, fixed food allergies, like you eat shrimp and you break out in hives in urticaria. You can't ever eat that again.
Or peanuts and...
Peanuts, you can't eat that again. That's a fixed allergy. A cyclical allergy is where your bucket, so-called, overflows because you're eating the food repetitively. So you eliminate it, and then you can rotate it in your diet every fourth day and still have it and not provoke symptoms.
And you say how critical it is for you to know is because of what food allergies, when left unchecked, can lead into other diseases.
That can lead to a host of problems. Recurrent and chronic sinus will lead to asthma, lead to skin disorders, gastrointestinal problems, celiac disease. You heard about that? That's nothing more than a wheat allergy. And people have, which is a problem in the intestines. Migraine headaches can be a big problem. Heart arrhythmias, cardiac arrhythmias can be precipitated by food allergies. So there's a host of health problems that can be caused by the very foods you eat, and you think you're helping yourself, and you're really harming yourself. So if you have problems that can't be diagnosed, first thing you need to think about is allergies, and you need to think about food allergies.
And it's crazy that you were taking Adderall for ADD.
Yes.
When all along you think it was the eggs.
Well, yes, because when you're so tired like that, you obviously can't focus. All you can think about is taking a nap, you know. That's all you want to do is sleep. So, yes, and that's
so there's an example. She had fatigue. The doctor gave her Adderall, which is a low-grade amphetamine, instead of just trying to discover what the problem was.
All right. Well, just want to mention that you have books for the audience today, and this is a great book that deals with hormones, your health, your wellness. Got all kinds of great information in there, because I know sometimes it can get technical for people, but you've broken it down simply in this book.
Right, I have a chapter in there on food allergies.
All right, for more information about the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, log on to hotzehwc.com, hotzehwc.com, or call 281-698-8698, 281-698-8698. You can also catch Dr. Hotze on the radio. His program, Health and Wellness Solutions, airs Monday through Friday at noon on 700 AM KSEV. You can also listen live at drhotze.com. When we come back, the doctors are...